In 1917, the Apollo 13 mission was supposed to be another step towards the moon. But halfway through the flight, something went seriously wrong. An oxygen tank exploded, and suddenly the mission was no longer about exploration, it was about survival. The astronauts had to move into the lunar module, which was never designed to support 3 people for such a long time. One of the biggest problems was the carbon dioxide. The air filters from the command module didn't fit the system in the lunar module. They were different shapes, different designs, and not meant to work together. NASA couldn't send the correct part, they couldn't replace it. Instead, they focused on what really mattered, the function. Using only the materials already available on the spacecraft, they adapted the different components to do the same job. And it worked. The astronauts came home safely not because they had the perfect part, but because they found an equivalent one. Now, missing a component is not exactly a space emergency, but when a project is stuck and the deadline is close, it can definitely feel serious. That's why being able to quickly find an equivalent part can save you a lot of time and frustration. At TME, this problem is solved in a very practical way. If a component is not available, you can simply use the Show Similar Product option and search by the parameters that actually matter. Let's take a look at a real example from TME's catalog. Imagine your bill of materials is calling for a specific capacitor, the Kyocera AVX MLCC capacitor. But when you open the TME's catalog, you see that it is out of stock. What are you going to do now? Instead of scrolling endlessly or hoping for the stock to refill tomorrow, you can use the Show Similar Products button. Just make sure you check the crucial parameters. First, you want to make sure the mounting type is exactly the same as the original one. For example, if your original is a surface-mounted capacitor, you want to replace it with an SMD2, not a through-hole. I mean, it's obvious, but I should state it here. This ensures your PCB and assembly process don't change. Next, the capacitance. This is the main value defining how much electric charge the capacitor can store, but probably you already know about it. Ideally, you select the same capacitance value as in the bill of materials. If the exact value is not available, that's okay, because you can still look at the tolerance. A tighter tolerance means the capacitance will stay closer to its nominal value, so a slightly different capacitor with a tighter tolerance can still work if the design allows it. Then there is operating voltage, the maximum voltage the capacitor can handle. The rule of thumb here is that the replacement's voltage should be equal or higher than the original one, never lower. There are also parameters like operating temperature range and case size, the physical size and dimensions of the part. For instance, the SMD packages like the 0402 or the 0603 are standardized, and selecting the wrong size can literally make the components not fit to the board. Make sure to check if it is in inches or in millimeters. Once you've selected all the key parameters, the Show Similar Product button will show you all the capacitors in the TME's catalog that match those criteria. Often, this gives you hundreds of options from different brands that are technically compatible and in stock. That means that even if your original part is unavailable, you still have plenty of substitutes that fit your job, all without redesigning the board or delaying production.